I am on day 11 of my 30-day listing challenge. Want to know how it's going? Want to know what I'm doing? Stay tuned. Hi everyone, it's Stephanie from Three Queens Resale, and if you are new to my channel, thank you for joining me, and if you are returning, thank you for coming back, bestie. Thank you. I am really trying to build my reseller community here on YouTube and provide value to people who are interested in getting started in reselling and just share my experience and journey with you. So, previous to um, being a full-time reseller, which I just started in August, I was a full-time middle school teacher for 23 years. So I left that profession in June, and now I do home-based casework full-time, and I resell full-time. So I left one full-time job to do two things full-time and make less money. We'll work out that math later in life. But my end goal is to make a full-time income off of reselling and providing reseller content um, in the future. So hopefully next year at this time I will be talking to you about how I am reselling full-time and just producing reseller content and maybe some educational content on my educational channel, which I do have another channel that is for teachers and parents who want to homeschool. So that's all about me. But lately, what I've been working on for at least for the last 11 days is a listing challenge. I wanted to, first of all, I thought that I had a lot of inventory. Um, I didn't. So I thought that I wanted to kind of like clear out my inventory and do a listing challenge and not have any death piles. Um, and that I just picked a random number out of the sky that sounded like amazing. So I picked 1,000, which equates to about 33 items a day that need to be listed to stay on track. So that's what I'm doing. So how's it going? Well, we'll get to that. I want to talk to you a little bit about my process because when you say, "Oh, I'm going to list 1,000 items," that there's a lot that goes into listing 1,000 items other than just listing, and all of those tasks are also equally time consuming. So first you have to obtain the item. Like I said, I thought I had a back stock of items. I had a bunch of shoes and some of my dad's clothes, but not nearly what I thought that I did. So that requires me to process those, which, um, if you're new to my channel, my husband does all the steaming and photography. He took that over, I think, in like September. He started doing that for me. At first, he was just helping me out, but it works out that he just does that for me. He also puts it into the inventory system, into these bins behind me. We have bins surrounding this room, in our bedroom, and in our garage. We are in a temporary rental house right now, so my setup is a little not what I want it to be, but we're making it work. So that's my process is that he does all the processing um, from the point I get at home. I wash things and then he takes it from there. He does the steaming, measuring, photographing, putting in the bags, um, and then I list them. I create the drafts and list them. So that's what we got going on. So far, we have 375 items listed in our challenge. I have gone to the bins 4 times since I started this challenge, and each time I get more and more discerning, so I get less and less stuff. I've figured out for myself it's better to go for like 2 rotations, maybe 3, and then after that leave and then try to get another day. So um, Otherwise, if I stay longer, I just start picking up crap. And I'm really trying to get my average sale price up. So I want to pick up quality items. So we have 370 items that have completely gone through that process of being processed in, put in on the spreadsheet, photographed, measured, all that stuff, and are in bags and the cubbies, and they are listed. Um, so yeah. So how's it going? So in my 11 days, I have sold 6 of those 375 items, which I was a little disappointed with because you just think listing so many things, like the odds are in your favor just with the sell through rate. So I went back to see what I was listing. So when I look back through what I've listed, I noticed that about the first 150 to 200 listings were men's items. About 40 of them were men's two-piece suits, which those are just a hard sell anyway. And those are my dad's items, so it was inventory that was free to me. So I was going to list it anyway. And I'm sure they will all sell eventually, if not on Poshmark, like eBay or one of the other platforms they'll be cross-listed to. But yes, so I have been redirecting my efforts to other things so that I can increase my sales with the challenge. But overall, I've had 53 sales, just things that have sold total out of the challenge or um, just things I already had listed. So, and I have 700 and made $704.68. That's after fees and shipping discounts. That's what's going to go in my pocket. And you'll get to see what sold in my what sold videos um, as I do those. I'll do probably one tomorrow because, yeah, I'm struggling with this cold. So, how many things am I listing a day? Um, the least I've listed was 20, and the most I've listed in a day is 40. Um, so I noticed I started with 33. And when I did the math of, 33, that was like me listing every day, not taking a break. And um, I think it's important that you take a break when you are doing something. Otherwise, you're going to get tired of it, and that's exactly what is happening to me. But I have not been feeling well, so I don't feel like I'm in a position to take a break right now because I had like a couple of days where I only listed 20 items. So even though I've had 40 item days, I feel like I'm behind the 8 ball, and I really want to be successful at this challenge. And also, I'm going to start making the second half, day 15 on. I am going to start doing like more check-ins. So maybe I'll do one. Today's day 11, so I'll do one here on day 13, and then maybe like every other day I'll check in with you so that you guys can see how I'm doing as I list more items. So pros to the listing challenge is that because I'm listing so much and I'm on the platform so much, um, I can see trends quickly. So without a doubt, boots are big right now, and then sweaters, but particularly like men's crew neck sweaters, are really selling for me. So those are the two trends, and a lot of all most of those sweaters, the majority of those sweaters, are sweaters that um, I listed were my father's. He had a lot of Tommy Hilfiger and Nautica and Polo, just like crew neck sweaters of various colors. I think he had like 3 red Nautica ones. So just a lot of duplication. And so I can really see like those are what people are buying. And like I said, I listed things before I started the challenge, and so I can see um, that trend. I can also see a trend that when I list an item, some items of the items that I've listed, like four of them have sold like within 24 hours. And those have all been like boots. But when I look at the trend of how long it takes things to sell, it's actually about um, 3 to 4 weeks. Like I listed it 3 to 4 weeks ago and it's selling now. So that lets me know I'm doing all this listing now. It'll be interesting to see that if in 3 to 4 weeks, if my sales skyrocket because I listed so much now. Um, so that's a pro of the challenges. That I can see some cons, like or the some trends. Like I saw the trend that men's suits aren't selling. Of all those suits I've listed, I've had one inquiry um, about a Hugo Boss suit. If you need a men's suit, check out my store. Cons. It is just being consistent is hard at this level. It was easy for me to list like 5 or 10 things a day, and now as I'm listing and I'm watching other people's YouTube videos, and they're like, "Yeah, my goal is to list 10 items this week." I'm like, "Are you serious?" Like I get up in the morning and try to list 10 items like for the day, so just being consistent at such a high volume is super challenging and does lead to burnout. I am feeling burnt out, but I'm going to finish. But I think part of my burnout is because I have a cold and the holidays are coming up and I work another job. So I'm working, and momming, and doing all the things. Um, Also, with listing 1,000 items, you have to source all the time. I know. Sourcing is our favorite part. I got that. But it's not your favorite part when you're like under the gun and you're like, oh, I need to find another, like, I mean, I would like to find ideally like 50 pieces that would sell for $20 or more um, every time I go to the bins. That's ideally. That does not happen. So, um, and I am primarily sourcing at the bins because I'm looking for volume and I'm looking for low cost of goods. So, yeah, that's my business model right now while I'm doing this challenge. Um, so, yeah, and then once you source all those things, they have to be washed, they have to be steamed. And even though I'm not doing that part of it, someone else is. My husband is. So that takes up his time from doing other things as well. So he unwillingly entered into this challenge because I need him to do his part so I can take the photos so I can do my part and create the listings. So that is my update for the challenge. 375 listings done. 6 of them have sold. I've sold 53 items total on Poshmark since I've been doing the challenge, and I've made about $704.68 in profit since I started the challenge. So I will check in with you in a couple of days. Be sure to like this video, interact. YouTube likes when you interact with the videos, and it'll send it out to other people. And I'm really trying to increase my viewership. So if you would hit that like button, and if you want to follow me on my reseller journey or learn more about reselling, subscribe and hit that bell notification so you can be notified every time I upload a video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.